Hello, my name is Ilona, and in this video I want to take a look at a certain subject. I want to talk about like a short video, and this is about the wounded healer. I'm sure people have heard about this term, and it's very important that we take a look at it if we still have some wounded healers in ourselves, maybe a wounded healer pattern in ourselves. A lot of the people that are being aware of things, working with awareness, had this a long time ago. Well, it depends on time, of course, because obviously time doesn't really exist. But in past lifetimes, a lot of us were the only ones capable of holding on to a certain light or a certain information, because the awareness was just not there in a majority of of humanity. So we kind of kept it going. A lot of us were high priestess, high priests, shaman, all kinds of things we did to help people, and we kept that energy and that light alive to keep it going, and that was at that moment necessary. But a lot of us kept that going. A lot of us still have that how to say this, that need to help people. You can even see it in like systematic work in your families. A lot of us actually were the father and mother of our parents instead of the different way around. And in that way, we take on a lot of our family karma, maybe even. We take a lot of the energy that is going on. We have this tendency still to take it all on, like we are responsible, like we are capable of handling those things. And by doing that, we actually move away from ourselves. It's the wounded healer. So we are so focused on healing everyone else that we don't heal ourselves, and we keep in this process of giving too much away from ourselves, from our energy, trying to help other people. And usually it doesn't really end up really well for us. And it's very important that we move away from this. I actually did some systematic work this weekend, and it was really an insight that I felt like that a lot of us still have that tendency. We still have that wounded healer very deep inside of ourselves. So we are still open. We still feel responsible, because that's to me the key word, that we feel responsible for healing other people. And there were periods in time that probably was the case, that we were in a way holding on to this information, and in a way we're responsible for healing other people. But we really are now in this great awakening period, and it's very important that we understand that we are moving away from this. We are not responsible for other people. We are responsible for ourselves. And we shouldn't take this wounded healing or healer energy to just focus on others, so we miss ourselves. We're not doing what we're supposed to be doing here. So I think it's very important, and see if this resonates with you, to focus on yourself, your own energy, and see if you still feel responsible for things. It's also possible that you've made promises or oaths in former lifetimes. That's also a possibility, maybe even future lifetimes. Ultimately, there is no time. It's very important that you break those promises, oaths, all these things that could bind you to certain people. Or maybe you feel like very guilty in former lifetimes, so you still have this tendency of helping someone because that things happened in a past lifetime. It's very important to understand where this comes from, this tendency to still try to heal everyone. So important to heal that. You can do that, of course, with maybe help if necessary, but also you can just break those oaths, those promises, and in all directions of time and space. It's very important to say that out loud, maybe a few times, or maybe write it down and then burn the paper. You can do it in all kinds of ways, or maybe cut the cords around you that are connected to those things or feelings of guilt. Feel through them. If you still have maybe in your own family the feeling that you need to help everyone in your family, or hold on to some karma or some emotions for someone else in the family. It could even be generations back, and it's really important that we are here in the Great Awakening. We need to focus on ourselves, focus on our vibration, because we're all connected, and that will help other people to tune into that. But it will be their responsibility to do that. Their free will if they want to. We need to move away from doing things for other people in that way with that wounded healer energy. There's nothing wrong with helping people, but do it because it really feels right to you and you're not exhausting yourself. You're not like, have this tendency, oh, but I have to take care of it. It's my responsibility. It is not your responsibility. There's nothing wrong with helping people, but do that because it feels right to you. And it's very important to really see if it's right to you or if there is something else going on, that you're doing this to fix things from the past or from past lifetimes, or that you really don't want to focus on yourself, or there could be all kinds of things like I've mentioned. So very important to work through that. We need to step away from this wounded healer. We need to heal ourselves. That's really the most important thing that we're here for. And what's very interesting is that I had a discussion yesterday with a very dear friend of mine about that some people just don't get it or don't see it or don't have the awareness. And it was very, confusing for her. And I talked about that I've been in a few regressions back to past lifetimes, and I've had a lifetime and I just didn't get it. In that lifetime, I was a man, I was very angry, did horrible things, and I know I can still sense that energy, and I wasn't aware of anything. I just didn't get it. So there are differences in awareness. That's just the way it is, and that's perfectly fine. We all have our process, our path to walk. There is no such thing as, better or, less than someone else. So awareness is awareness, and some people have more awareness than other people. And you do need awareness to really start healing yourself, so you can really look inside yourself. But there are going to be people even now, or maybe even continuing in the future, that will not have the awareness to look at themselves. That's the way it is. And that's very important to realize. I do understand that especially a lot of aware people now want to help loved ones, want to help family, but they just don't get it. And it can be very frustrating that you do, try to help them in every way and they're just, not picking it up. That's the way it is. Then it's time to step back, because you cannot create awareness in that way for another. They have to do that themselves. You can give them some insights, but they have to be ready to open up. That's very, very important to understand, to realize that really you can't do anything about that. You can only open yourself up, raise your vibration, because that will have an effect on people around you. Sometimes it will lead to people falling to the side because they can't connect with you in any way. And especially if you don't take responsibility for a lot of people around you. Maybe you've been taking responsibility for all kinds of people in your family, maybe with a partner, maybe even on your at work, colleagues, and you step away from that. It can be very tough for them, or people, start to move away from you. See that as something positive, because you are not responsible for them. You are only responsible for yourself. Very important to understand. I also got some cards. This is from, not really sure what the English name is for this deck. I will see if I can find it. It's from Rebecca Campbell. And I also got these cards from the Paranormal Power of Tarot. Beautiful set. And the first card I got from the Rebecca Campbell deck, you probably, if you look up on her name, you will find it. This is about pillar of light. Your vibration is growing. You are the oracle. And I think that fits beautifully with what I was just saying. If you raise your vibration, you will send out so much. We are all connected. Someone who is aware is way more powerful than a group of unaware people. So it's very important to understand that. Be a pillar of light so people can focus on you, but don't do it for them. Don't try to fix things for them. Just show them, certain information. Of course, you can help them, giving insights, help them energetically, but ultimately it's up to them to do, to work through that. and to really be open and make a choice for spiritual growth, for awareness. You can do that for them. I also got a few cards from the Paranormal Tarot, and the first one I got is the Six of Wands. So this is victory and success. You'll be victorious if you focus on yourself, your heart chakra, and we have the new beginning. And I think that is very important. If we really focus on that, moving away of taking responsibility for other people in one way or another, if it's with your family, like I said, your partner, move away from this. If there's still guilt, you can work through that, maybe even do some regression, see where it comes from, if that feels right to you. Oaths, promises you've made in other lifetimes, move away from it, break them, say that I stop with this promise or this oath, or break this oath in all areas, in all, time and space. Not sure, I actually said it before, so follow that. You can find some things about this as well. So there are many ways you can work with this, but the most important thing is that we are now responsible for ourselves, and that will give us victory. And in that way, we are actually helping other people by being ourselves and stepping into our power. I'd like to leave it at this. Hope to see you in another video. Bye.